This video will walk you through the different parts of the paragraph. By the end of the video, you should be able to identify the three main parts of a paragraph. To begin with, please remember to look for the pencil to know when you're supposed to take notes, or the highlight if you're supposed to do some highlighting. Use the rule of 5, which simply means to write down the ideas in your own words using around 5 words. And then pause as often as you're told to, as well as often as you need to. Let's get right in. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what a paragraph is. So please make sure that you're getting this written down in your notes. There is the pencil after all. A paragraph is a group of sentences that explain one topic. A paragraph will have 3 parts. Pause and get that definition written down in your notes. The 3 parts of a paragraph include, first, the topic sentence. It contains no details, just the main topic. The second part are the supporting detail sentences, and they contain the information you want to tell the reader about your topic. The third part of a paragraph is the concluding sentence. It's going to wrap up the paragraph and make it feel finished. The reader is going to know that your paragraph is done without you actually having to tell them. Pause and take notes in this section. We're going to watch a short video with Soda and Hamburger discussing a paragraph. I want you to listen for the following types of pieces of information. First of all, how is a paragraph like a hamburger? What happens to a hamburger that has too much between the buns? What happens when you do include things that don't belong in a hamburger? So think about those things as we watch this video.
Hey, hamburger. I just heard a couple of students discussing writing. They mentioned that writing good paragraphs can be compared to a hamburger.
What do paragraphs have to do with me? I know nothing about writing good paragraphs.
Well, apparently creating a good paragraph is very similar to creating a hamburger. It makes sense. Think about it. You consist of 3 parts: the top bun, the meat and garnishes, and the bottom bun. How many parts does a paragraph have?
Well, a paragraph should have a topic sentence, supporting details, and a conclusion or transition sentence. That makes 3 parts. I still don't see the connection though.
Hamburgers can provide a clear structure for writing an organized paragraph. We'll call it a hamburger paragraph. A writer begins a hamburger paragraph by creating the top part of the bun. The top bun is the topic sentence. Below your top bun, you have your fillings, your meat and garnishes.
So I guess my filling of tomato, lettuce, and meat represents the supporting details of the topic sentence.
Now you're cooking. The bottom bun, or layer, is like the concluding sentence. It finishes things up.
Let's see. So, the top bun is the topic sentence, the fillings are the supporting details, and the bottom bun is the concluding sentence. I guess the more fillings, or support, that comes between the buns, or topic sentence and concluding sentence, the better the burger, or paragraph is.
Yes, as long as you don't overdo it. I think we all knows what happens to those like you when too much gets stuffed in between the buns.
If there is too much, the person eating can't enjoy the taste of the meat. A hamburger can have so much piled on it that it becomes hard to eat. Sometimes it even falls apart.
Something similar can happen with paragraphs. There can be so many details the reader forgets the main point, or the reader can get lost or confused.
All that makes sense. An overloaded paragraph can fall apart just like an overloaded burger. But what if someone needs all those details to make his point?
He would probably be better off having 2 hamburgers, or in this case writing additional paragraphs. One also has to make sure everything belongs in the paragraph. Think a minute about putting a delicious piece of chocolate cake on a hamburger.
Yuck. I don't know anyone who would like that.
Nor do I. Including sentences in your filling that don't have anything to do with the bun is like adding something to a hamburger that doesn't belong. It doesn't work.
Well, I guess I do have a lot in common with a paragraph after all. Do you think those students could set me up on a blind date with one of their paragraphs?
No way, you just get grease all over the paper. I think I'm done here, and I think you are over. Done.
Yeah, well, you're starting to go flat yourself. But hey, thanks for the writing lesson.
No problem. I always enjoy quenching someone's thirst for knowledge.
Alright, so take a minute in your notes and explain in your own words how a paragraph feels like a hamburger. There's a spot for it in your guided notes. Pause and do that right now. Alright, we're going to start looking at some example paragraphs. First, let's look at a proficient level paragraph. Please follow along as I read. Guitar Hero 5 is a great game. There's a good topic sentence. There are a lot of songs to choose from. The graphics have also been improved in this version. The most interesting new mode is Rockfest, basically a mix and match of all the online games combined. There are your supporting details. Clearly, fans of previous Guitar Hero games will enjoy this one too. And there's a nice reference. Let's take a look at a master paragraph. This is the same paragraph, but with a lot more interesting details. We still have a topic sentence. Just when you thought you'd played every song on your classic instrument, Guitar Hero 5 appears on the scene and feels like a brand new game. After that, we get our supporting details. The major selling point is the number and quality of songs you can play. From pop to punk, from Stevie Wonder to Nirvana, anybody can find something to like here. The vocals have been upgraded with bigger karaoke lyrics too. The graphics have been vastly improved in this version, with attention to character details. The only minor downside here is that the crowd does exactly the same thing. All their hands are up, moving at exactly the same time. The most interesting new mode is Rockfest, a mix and match of all the online games combined. So at one point you can be playing for highest points, and next you're playing a tug of war type battle, which is immense fun for all you competitive gamers out there. Finally, we have the concluding sentence. Overall, this game is fun for the whole family, and fans of previous Guitar Hero games will definitely enjoy this one too. Okay, so those are two examples, proficient all the way up to a mastery. What two things do you notice about the difference from proficient to mastery? Pause and write down what you've noticed. Okay, we'll look at another paragraph, and you'll actually get a chance to highlight this one in your notes. So let's read through it. On July 16, 1969, the Apollo 11 spacecraft launched from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Its mission was to go where no human being had gone before, the moon. The crew consisted of Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Buzz Aldrin. The spacecraft landed on the moon in the Sea of Tranquility, the basaltic floodplain, on July 20, 1969. The moonwalk took place the following day. On July 21st, 1969, at precisely 10:56 Eastern Daylight Savings Time, Commander Neil Armstrong emerged from the lunar module and took his famous first step onto the moon's surface. He declared, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." It was a monumental moment in human history. Alright, so your job now is to highlight the paragraph in the same paragraph that's in your notes, according to the following codes. Highlight the topic sentence in red, highlight the concluding sentence in blue, and highlight the rest of the paragraph in yellow. Those are all the supporting details for it. Pause and do that highlighting in your notes. Alright, let's take a look, see how you did. First of all, that first sentence should be the topic sentence. It lets you know that this paragraph is going to be about the Apollo 11 spacecraft launching and what its mission was, to go to the moon. Second, all of these other details about how they got to the moon, what day they got, when they did, what was said, all those are the supporting details that describe the mission of Apollo 11. Finally, you have that concluding sentence. It was a monumental moment in human history. That lets us know that things are wrapped up and finished, and that you're done talking about this particular topic. So to review, red highlight is the topic sentence, yellow highlights are the supporting details, blue highlight is the conclusion. All right, you finished watching. You're to write your summary and complete the hot question section. Then make sure that your notes are complete, save them to Google Drive, and submit the notes to Schoology. And if you think you can make a better video than the hamburger video, then go ahead to GoAnimate and try it yourself. I'd be happy to give extra points to anybody that can do a better job